Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you from here. I'm Azuka OJ, and we're here to bring to you the latest. We had peace during Shagari Yaradua days, Ohanaeze Ndigbo tells Buhari. Seems Ohanaeze wants to Buhari government to further split them into factions. This time around, they are indirectly talking to Buhari's bad government. Has Ohanaeze done something like this before? Meanwhile, Ohanaeze had the right to air their opinion. Buhari's government attitude has caused much problems in Nigeria, especially in the area of insecurity. It has never been this bad in the past. Ohanaeze Ndigbo had challenged the country's leadership to do better in addressing challenges of insecurity. Ohanaeze, hey, up Ohanaeze, they are talking now. Anyway, Damian Okeke, who is the vice president of the highest Igbo socio-cultural organization, I don't even know which Ohanaeze is talking, but let Ohanaeze speak. He made the call during an interview with News Agency of Nigeria in commemoration of our Nigeria's 61st independence anniversary. Buhari also made his own broadcast, but I will talk about that later. He made it known that inter-ethnic and ethnic relationship among Nigerians have indeed worsened under President Muhammadu Buhari when compared to previous presidents of his ethnic city, Fulani origin. According to him, Nigeria needs a leader who will accommodate all ethnic groups of the nation, not somebody who wants to Fulanize, who is only concerned about Fulanis. According to him, during Shagari and Yaradua's time, there was relative peace. And okay, he is right. He went on to say that Buhari has long been cast as an unapologetically leader who has refused to outgrow his sentiment despite leading the country as a military dictator. Nearly for 4 decades ago. 4 decades ago, Buhari came before as a military officer, and he has stressed it that many believe that Buhari nepotistic behavior has fueled secessionist agitations. That is fact around the country, and the indigenous people of Biafra threatening a breakaway, Yoruba nation, and several others are coming up. The middle belt wants to carve their own entity. Ohanaeze is very right at this time. Buhari's major concern had been to please his Fulani people at the expense of the original Nigerians. I'm beginning to get tired of talking about this thing, but I will still talk about it. Let's get to the next story. I heard Buhari is ordering an unconditional lifting of ban on Twitter. Buhari orders conditional lifting of ban on Twitter. Conditional lifting. Did you hear? Did I hear these people well, or are my ears and eyes deceiving me? Buhari's government lifts ban on Twitter. Is that supposed to be the actual headline? Or someone is trying to be funny here? After weeks of sneaking in and out of Nigeria, heading to Silicon Valley in US to beg at the Twitter gates. Okay, I will only accept that Nigerian government banned Twitter. And these funny people announced the ban using Twitter. Yes, it was easy to ask Twitter to go off Nigeria, but it was very hard to return Twitter. The exact news headline should be, after much begging at the gate of Twitter, the microblogging site decided to pardon Nigerian government and return its operation to Nigeria. Lai Mohammed had been going to beg at Twitter gates. In fact, they couldn't see Twitter executives all that while. Anyway, despite going off, many Nigerians still access Twitter through VPNs. Yes, that is it. The world is changing. The President, Major General Buhari, Muhammad Buhari, on Friday said he has directed a conditional lifting of the ban on microblogging site Twitter in Nigeria in June. How market? Buhari disclosed this in his nationwide broadcast to Nigeria to mark the nation's 61st independence. Buhari wanted it to look like it was in the spirit of independence he did such. Meanwhile, Nigerians has lost millions of dollars for that stupid action, and they don't want to lose more. That is why they did it, not in the spirit of any independence. The Nigerian government doesn't want to be isolated any further. Here is what Buhari said, for those who wants to hear, for the sake of those who want to hear. Anyway, he described the social media as a very useful platform, but regretted that some users have misused the platform to organize, coordinate, and execute criminal activities, propagate fake news, and promote ethnic and religious sentiments. You remember Buhari and co banned Twitter when Twitter took down a reckless comment by Buhari, reminding Ndigbo of how, in collaboration with some other Umwekwensu, how they killed Ndigbo during the Civil War. Twitter took down that comment and Buhari banned Twitter. So, who is Buhari accusing of misusing Twitter? Anyway, let's continue on Buhari's speech returning Twitter. The president said social media is a very useful platform that has enabled millions of Nigerians to connect with loved ones, promote their businesses, socialize, and access news, and other information. Oh, I thought you don't know Buhari and co and Lai Mohammed, the Lion Mohammed. Well, he went on to say, he said, however, recent events have shown that the platform is not just an innocuous platform for information dissemination. Okay, what is it used for? He said, rather, some users have misused the platform to organize, coordinate, and execute criminal activities, propagate fake news, and promote ethnic and religious sentiment. Well, what are Buhari and co doing to do I read the situation. They said, to address this negative trend, the federal government of Nigeria suspended the operations of Twitter in Nigeria on June 5th, 2021. Really, they have the record. Okay, they said it was to allow the government to put measures in place to address these challenges. And following the suspension of Twitter operations, Twitter Incorporated reached out to the government. Said they reached out. Could you imagine? They reached out to the government of Nigeria to resolve the impasse. And he says, subsequently, I consulted a presidential committee to engage Twitter to explore the possibility of resolving the issue. Yes, agreed. You consulted a begging committee for Twitter to return. A begging committee that went to Twitter Gate, Lai Mohammed and co. Meanwhile, let me read further. He said the committee, along with its technical team, has engaged with Twitter. At the gate of Twitter, they couldn't see the executives. They have addressed a number of key issues. He said these are national security and cohesion, registration, physical presence and representation, fair taxation, dispute resolution, and local content. Wow. And he went on, following the extensive engagement, the issue are being addressed, and I have directed that the suspension be lifted, but only if conditions are met to allow our citizens continue the use of the platform for business and positive engagement. He said, as a country, as an entity, if in the British you could call, we are committed to ensuring that digital companies use their platform to enhance the lives of our citizens, respect Nigeria's sovereignty, cultural values, and promote online safety. I beg, I don't. Funny people everywhere. Funny people. The fact is that the country was never heated up because of social media. Rather, Buhari, you failed in your responsibilities to call your Fulani people to order. You tried to Fulanize Nigeria, as several people have accused you. Obasanjo have accused you, several people. And Nigerians are using this social media to speak up so that they will be heard. Buhari's government should better retrace their steps in the handling of Fulani issue. That is the fact. Stop promoting Fulani dominance. Stop displacing the original indigents to favor the Fulanis. That is where the problem lies, actually. Yes, you need to know the truth. You know the truth already. That is the cause of insecurity in Nigeria and not the social media. Stop heaping blame on the social media. The social media did not cause the problem. Social media has something to write when in the physical scene, physical landscape, people have acted something that social media will write about. Did you get me? You have done something, and certainly people will go to the news, they will write about it. That is where they have to explode. Since you have the weapons, you army up your Fulani people. The weapon other people have is to go to social media, alarm and let the world know what you're trying to do. And that was what they have been doing. Meanwhile, I will allow viewers, please contribute on this matter. Tell us what you think. Subscribe to this channel, like our page, and share this video widely. I'm Azuka OJ. I say bye for now.